Hey everybody. Hey Molly, what did you make today?
Well, hi Dan. Well, I made sour cream donuts from a 1938 recipe. This recipe is from the book, the Watkins Cookbook. How I made these was I sifted together the flour, baking soda, baking powder, salt, and cinnamon. And then I went to the mixer and I whisked the eggs along with the sugar and then the sour cream. I then combined the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients and made a dough. I dumped the dough onto a big piece of parchment paper, wrapped it up kind of like a parcel, and then I put it in the refrigerator to chill for 2 hours. And then I had to roll it onto a floured surface. Now Dan, this is where you had to come in and help me because this dough is
sticky.
And then cut it out using just the classic donut cutter. I heated up some vegetable shortening to 365 degrees Fahrenheit and plopped my donuts in, and they cooked pretty quickly. Maybe took a minute or two. Just let them get golden brown on either side and they puff up pretty good. And then I drained them onto a piece of brown paper that was on a cookie sheet and then re-rolled them in cinnamon sugar. Now the recipe did not say what to do with the donuts after they were fried. Use your imagination. So we rolled ours in cinnamon sugar. Actually, Dan did that, but you could roll them in powdered sugar or whatever else you want.
I'm excited. I can't wait to try these donuts. They look amazing.
Yeah, you know what's really interesting about this recipe is that these are not yeasted. This is not a yeast dough. These were used baking powder and a little bit of baking soda. So I didn't know how they would turn out. I've never fried donuts before. I've always made baked donuts. I've never fried donuts before.
Were you ready for this?
I am ready for this.
Are you ready for this?
I think everybody's ready for this. All right, let's go.
Ready? Donut up.
Oh wow.
That's a pretty good donut.
Yeah.
It's a million times better than what I eat from like Safeway.
Yeah, these are
way better.
These are fantastic. I'm really surprised that they're not a yeast donut. These are just light and fluffy and absolutely delicious. They're not hard or crunchy. They're just a little crisp on the outside. Perfect. I would say I fried them perfectly, and I never fry food.
That's gonna be me. Light and fluffy after eating all these because they're so delicious.
I mean, they look like a classic donut, lightly golden browned and donut in shape.
You know who really likes donuts too?
Who?
Lance.
We'll have to make him these. Yeah, not a yeasted dough. So I think this would be a good recipe for somebody who likes donuts, wants to make fried donuts, but is hesitant about using yeast doughs. I think this would be a perfect recipe for somebody like that because you don't have to worry about the yeast.
This would be a perfect recipe for anybody that wanted to make donuts. It was really simple. That one where got really sticky, I mean, that was a little weird, but just go easy on the flour until it's workable.
Yeah, just flour it until it's workable. Absolutely delicious. You could add whatever kind of spices to this you want, but just the simple cinnamon, they're perfect. They don't even need cinnamon. I bet you these would be delicious without it. After I cut out my donuts, I had obviously scrap dough left over, and I just kind of rolled the leftovers into balls and fried them because I didn't want to throw it out. And that's what you're eating right now is a little fried leftovers. Why not? I mean, I fried the donut holes, so it's just like a little donut hole.
It was worth it.
Yeah. He thinks they look good too.
Hi, kitty.
Yeah, these would be fantastic at a fall party. We can't this year because of COVID, but it would be fun to throw a vintage inspired Halloween party, and then I would totally serve these. And an ice cold apple cider.
Or these and a Mary Pickford.
Make popcorn balls, just the classic Halloween treats that you can't pass out anymore because everybody's afraid of being poisoned to death. He
wants dinner.
He smells, no, you know what it is. He smells the donuts. That's what it is. He's like, oh, I smell something fried.
I thought cats weren't supposed to like sugar, but this one?
Yeah. Would I make these again? I would make these again. I would definitely make these again because it is way less fussy than a yeast dough. You don't have to worry about the yeast rising. You don't have to wait for it to rise, which is awesome. The only tricky part is it is a very sticky dough, so despite what the recipe says, add enough flour until you can work with it.
I would definitely eat these again.
And Dan would definitely eat these again. We should have covered some of these in powdered sugar. We always can go back. We're going to be making this again, so these are really good. I think you guys really should try these, and you should definitely let us know how it goes. Careful with the hot oil, don't burn yourself. But if you like this content, please hit the like button and subscribe. I upload every Wednesday, and Dan and I are always here testing out vintage recipes for you. And if you have any ideas for vintage recipes that you would like me to try, please leave a comment below and let me know what that is.
So have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night.